Hey YouTube, this is FURYNitecrawler, part of Fury Undead. I want to do a video commentary with our Captain Fury Cody's gameplay in the back. Obviously Call of Duty Ghost doesn't have theater mode, so you won't be able to see any of my stuff until I get a capture card. So for right now, we're just going to use Fury Cody's. But before we get to that, I want to introduce myself. I am FURYNitecrawler. I've been playing competitively for about a year and a half now. I started playing since Black Ops 1. Basically, I was effing around and just killing people. You had to get your aggression out somewhere, right? I'm actually the social media for the Fury Undead team. So if you ever talk to the Twitter of Fury Undead, you're actually talking to me. So please give that a follow, Fury_Undead, and also give me a follow, FURYNitecrawler. So, what I wanted to talk to you about was actually going to be my first impression in the competitiveness, the competitive side of Ghost in the upcoming events. Now, obviously, this is going to be subject to change due to the fact that Infinity Ward is getting a lot of messages and a lot of hate mail about how they're really not working with the pro teams. They're not working with the competitive side of Call of Duty. So this will probably change, but this is my first impression. So as this happens, let's start the gameplay. All right. First thing we're talking about is game modes. They took out the two most important game modes. Actually, they took out all three. They just changed one of them. Actually, they pretty much changed the game modes itself. Now, first one we're going to go to is Hardpoint. Hardpoint, as you heard, there is a lot of people saying that Hardpoint made MLG and made the competitive a lot more interactive. You had set positions for the teams, so there was always a role. You never had, oh, I'm just going to be the running gun and I'm just going to shoot, I'm just going to sit there and camp. There was always a reason for movement. Now, obviously, the anchor was the only one that you can consider camping, but he had a position, he had a reason, and he still moved. So he wasn't sitting in a corner the whole time, he was actually behind a head glitch or he was running to the next spot. Now, the fact that they took Hardpoint out really didn't help Infinity Ward because, as we saw in the Full Sail Invitational with Optic, Unite, Phase, and Complexity, there was so much hype to it that they couldn't, that the building could not keep quiet. If you watch the videos of the live stream, it was loud. So the fact that they took that out really hurt them, and they're trying to implement domination. Now, domination, especially on the Ghost maps, if all of you have played it already, is very campy. Obviously, you get your first maps, A and C, your first flag, excuse me. But B is always strategically placed in the middle, either behind a head glitch or in just the open. Now, what's wrong with that is you can throw concussion grenades, and as well as regular nades, sticky bombs, C4s. All you have to do is from a distance throw them in there, and you basically kill every person. Now, obviously, you'll have stuff like Flat Jacket, but for the most part, it doesn't work, especially if 4 people are throwing a grenade in there. Flat Jacket isn't going to help you. We all know this. So the fact that they picked domination, I don't agree with it, but I guess with the progression, we can't really make a decision unless something happens. Now, the next game type that they took out was Search and Destroy, and they put Search and Rescue. Search and Rescue, it's understandable. It's the same thing as Search and Destroy. You still have a bomb, you still got a plant, but if a teammate is killed, a tag is dropped. Now, when the tag drops, you pick it up for your teammate, and the teammate respawns, or the enemy picks it up, and basically they have to wait till next round. Now, I don't like the thought of this because a Twitter friend of ours, Fury Undead's, his Abe the Gamer, I believe that's his name. I'll put the link I'll put his Twitter at the bottom. He says that it's just like dodgeball, which I agree. You basically run with your best friend, and you run around corners, and if one of you gets shot, your teammate just picks you up and you just start over. There's no real competitive side to it. It's basically whoever kills first and gets to the tag first. There's no competitive, there's no strategy to it. It's basically who's the fastest person to run to that tag. And it works to a point, but at the same time, people will more be worried about the fight than the bomb. And that's just not right. You need to make sure that the bomb aspect is in there, which is why everybody always puts the strategy around that. You'll see it in all of the Black Ops 2 and, all of the competitive side, all the competitive videos. So, I don't agree with it, but at least Search and Destroy is still there, but not in the same concept. Now, the last one they took away, which everyone was shocked about, was Capture the Flag. Capture the Flag has been since Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4. Like I said, I started since Black Ops 1, so I'm just taking this as I go. So if I'm wrong, please correct me. I greatly take your criticism. But Capture the Flag is one of the other games that made the competitive. Capture the Flag is such an old game. We know the style back when we were in elementary school and stuff like that, so obviously there is going to be the competition in it. Now, what they replaced Capture the Flag with is called Blitz. Blitz is basically the same thing, except you don't return a flag. What you do is you go from your side of the map to their side, and you basically run into this little circle, and you capture a point. Now, I don't really see it as a competitive thing because I played it myself. I was actually the objective player in a Blitz game with my team. And basically all I did was sneak around the map, wait for the right time, and I slid in. I found it very simple, as it's all timing. If one person is defending the Blitz circle, you can wait until they turn around. You don't have to kill anymore. We won the game, and I actually went negative, but I had the most captures. I had about 6 or 7 captures out of the 16 that we did because the team left after the second round, and we were up 9-2. Not 9-2, excuse me, 11-2. So it was no point. They rage quit. I don't feel that Blitz is going to be as effective because it's easy mode. Basically, if all 4 of you aim the right way, you could all 4 go through. Yeah, there's a 10-second delay. It's not as good. I believe Golden Boy mentioned this in one of his videos. I'd rather see it 15 to 20 seconds, so it gives the enemy more time to come back and maybe catch the people who are trying to relay and just capture after capture after capture. So I don't really see that as a good aspect. The next thing I want to talk about is score streaks. The score streaks in Ghost are very different compared to Black Ops 2. Obviously, we know the main things that were chosen were Hellstorm Missile, Lightning Strike, and Sentry Gun. And when this Sentry Gun was gone on this last League play that they took out, it went right to the War Machine. The score streaks that are in Ghost as Assault, Support, and Specialist, I don't agree upon. Obviously, no UAV kind of stuff was ever used, so SATCOM and stuff like that are taken out. I don't agree with using the dog Riley, everybody's favorite little puppy. You have a dog of your own only after 5 kills. I don't agree with it because after you die, Riley will still run around the map and kill while you're respawning. I don't agree with that because it doesn't give a competitive feel to it. You're basically we've seen multiple times where people are sitting there in corners with their dog, and when the enemy comes around the corner to shoot, the dog will jump and kill. There's no competitiveness. Basically, you're sitting there and you're basically sitting there and allowing your dog to kill, and all you have to do is sit there and wait for the next person. So I don't agree upon that. Support, obviously, we shouldn't be used because even after you die, you still rack up your kills. So stuff like Search and Rescue, Blitz, and Domination, all you have to do is run those multiple times because they have the kill streaks where you're dropping care packages after care packages, and one of those could be the KEM strike, which kills the entire team right away. I don't agree upon that either. I think that obviously should be taken away. Excuse me for the light. I have my second computer on and it just shut off, so blink. And obviously specialist shouldn't be used because it gives you an insane amount of perks after a certain amount of kills. You start out with more and then you gain more. Obviously that can't work in competitive because everybody should have an even playing field. And if you run specialist, you'll have like 3 or 4 more perks higher than anyone else, even if all they're running is a primary. So I don't agree upon that. That shouldn't be even in it as well. I believe I'm coming up on my time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and a comment down below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Always good criticism. I'm going to try to do this more, especially when Infinity Ward keeps bringing out more details, and as well as the pro teams bring out stuff that Infinity Ward hasn't brought out, because obviously we know, especially Optic, they are always arm deep into whatever's going on in the competitive scene. So, like I said, leave a like, comment, subscribe, check out Fury Undead. Everything will be in the description below for links, and YouTube. See you on the respawn.